So essentially, a key grip is a grip in charge of other grips. And we differ slightly from America, but essentially we all have the same titles. So I'll be in charge. The best boy grip will be my second in command. I'll have a couple of dolly grips who will push dollies. And then I'll have grips running on the round on the floor, and I'll have grips working on the crane. And that'll be my department. I'll work essentially camera support. So anything that goes under the camera. It could be the camera's handheld and we're just guiding the cameraman back, or it could be we're doing an incredibly complicated shot that involves a crane going through a window, travelling on a piece of machinery to then go through another window and follow an actor across to another building, perhaps, and we'll work out a way of doing that. It does depend on the director of photography. Some I've got more of a specific idea than others. Some people just leave it to you. Just say, I just need to get from A to B and tell me some ways of doing it. And others will say, I want to do it with this specific piece of equipment, and that might not always be the best way to do it. So you have to be diplomatic about how you perhaps arrange other equipment to support that specific piece of equipment. And that's all. That's politics, really, isn't it? I loved Rush. Rush is probably my favourite film to work on. 1976, Grand Prix, racing cars. I love rigging cars. Fantastic fun. Ron Howard, fabulous director. Anthony Dodd Mantle, absolutely fantastic cameraman. Absolutely adored that film. Pride and Prejudice, again, really just a nice film, a nice cast. It was a nice summer. It was a nice script. It did well. It was just a fun experience. Probably the third one would be Buffalo Soldiers, which was, again, lovely cast. We had a lot of fun in Germany making it. It slightly got sidelined because of the attacks on the Twin Towers, and it was a little bit anti-military, but I think it did do quite well as a cult movie. I love that. And Ron Howard is movie royalty, really, isn't he? But he's just a very nice man to be with on set. When you're talking to him, you're all he's interested in. And then once you've had your questions, then he'll move on to the next person. And the one thing he said is being a director is really just answering questions all day long. But he's very organised. He's great to work with, and you do know exactly where you are with him. And you can suggest stuff and you can discuss it. Everyone's path's different getting into the film industry. I think I was given some quite good advice, and that was work on what I wanted to work on. I wanted to work on feature films, so that's what I had to set out to work on. Well, when you don't know anyone in feature films, that's very it's difficult. But it was good advice. And I did end up working on feature films, and I didn't know anyone. And the other piece of advice I was given was, if you do good work, money will come. Or you can just make money. And that's equally true. So you might make money doing something you hate by compromising, or you might just go and work on something you want to work on, and if you do a good job, the money will come later. And I think anyone joining the film industry has to have quite a good idea about where they want to go, but at the same time, they have to have a good work ethic, but not show off too much. People can tell immediately if you're not part of the industry. They can spot it a mile off. I can tell if somebody's 300 yards away getting over a gate. I can tell whether they're in the movies or not. But I think the thing is to have a good work ethic, get on with people, have a sense of humour. You're going to work long hours. You've got to be pleasant to be around. I think this place is fabulous. I came here before and did another talk, and I just thought, what a great facility. It really is. It was just something I wish I'd had when I was starting out. There was nothing when I started out. I went to art college. I was lucky. I knew somebody who taught a producer tennis. I went to meet that producer. He gave me some advice. I was lucky again. I met somebody that had a company that needed somebody to drive a van. I drove the van. I worked on some student films. I sort of pieced my luck together. And while you can't learn everything by being here, you can certainly learn to talk to people and have an understanding of how things are assembled, who does what, how it's done. You're not going to walk out anywhere, really. You're not going to walk out of the National Film School and immediately be given some massive feature film. But if you've got the tools in your toolbox to go and talk to people, then that's a good start. And if, like I said, with what it's like to join the film industry, if you're personable, you work hard, you've got a good work ethic, you'll very soon find that you're employable. Do you want to know what the one person said to me when I said I wanted to be a grip? He said, get some decent wet weather gear. And that was it. And he was absolutely right. Get some decent wet weather gear. But as I said, it is very much... I can't quite explain what it is that people have when they get it. There's some people that get it and there's some people that don't get it. And I come across them all the time. I have lots and lots of trainees that come through, and some of them just immediately understand and some of them don't. I don't think I did. I don't think I understood, but I worked hard. But I think some people just immediately understand how this business works. And that's the thing to try and tap into. Try and be that person that just understands how it all works. It's very hard. It's not what everything does, what lights go where, or who does what makeup, or that's not what I mean. It's about just how the beast itself works and how you fit into it.